Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a great start to your week. I spent pretty much the entire morning out at thrift stores this morning, did most of my thrift store hunting for the week today. Tried to get that out of the way, went a bunch of different places. Might go one more time out with Amanda towards the end of the week. One of her days off, we'll see what happens there. So I went a whole bunch of different places, a lot to go through. Started with a couple of these oddball things before getting into the real meat and potatoes, DVDs and books and that kind of stuff. Found a board game, grabbed it because it was sealed, otherwise probably wouldn't have picked it up, but in the bargain bins, because that's where I went first, our normal bargain bins after going to the post office, a normal place to go all the time, and that is Surprise Slides Roaring Rescue from the Lion Guard. I grabbed it because it is sealed. So you don't have to check for pieces, whatever. Worth grabbing and cost me like less than $2. And I found these, I was double checking these, they're vintage, which is awesome. Kind of an odd size, but they're these kids Barney slippers. They're a kids XL 11-12, so a little bit on the bigger side for the audience that these would go for, but you know, being that they are vintage and in really good shape, these were definitely worth picking up. And it was the bargain room, so it was by weight, and these fluffy little slippers was nothing, so that was definitely worth picking up, and not something I normally touch. Don't normally do much with clothing, but that was one I knew. And then as far as books, and these will be a mix of what was the bargain room and the regular room. Didn't really get much in regular room, but I found Ninja Turtles, the kids book from the first Turtles movie, the best Turtles movie, and a nice little stack of Fear Street books. R.L. Stine, this one we've had before and sold, switched. Handful of more like winter themed Christmas terror. So these do really well. Pretty much anything R.L. Stine will do well in a lot. There are a few that are a little more rare that will go individually, but most of the time, whether it's Goosebumps or Fear Street or whatever, R.L. Stine stuff, once you get enough to put up a nice little lot, they sell really, really well. And this was cool because in one go, got a lot right off the bat. Don't even have to wait. I can just go ahead and list that. VHS, I grabbed 4. One is part 1 and 2 of something. Every single time we find one of the DVDs of one of the Danielle Steele TV movies based off of her books, they sell well. They sell for a decent amount compared to what we get them for, and they sell quickly. Every time. We've had 4 now, I think, and don't see them very often, but every single one has just gone immediately. So I'm hoping that goes for VHS as well. We have Danielle Steele's The Ring, part 1 and 2, and we will see. Hopefully those are worth grabbing, so I'll check those out, test them out. These two I know will sell. They were definitely worth grabbing, especially for like less than $1 a piece. But we have Ghostbusters, and I have to double check, but I think, looking at the tape, I think it's a late 80s release. I think it's before the 90s release, so that's even better. And then the same thing with Gremlins on VHS. So that type of stuff will do well, and it's going to be it'd be bolstered a little bit by the fact that we're getting towards fall, towards Halloween. Then we have a bunch of DVD and Blu-ray. On Blu-ray, found Kill Bill 1 and 2. On Blu-ray, always does better when they're both together. This I found, it cost me pennies. Didn't have the cover or anything, but for less than a quarter, it was a 4K release. That's worth grabbing. Storks. I don't even know what that movie is. I'm gonna have to look it up, but I didn't care. Pay less than a quarter for a 4K Blu-ray. That's worth grabbing, no matter what it is. Found that, and then a whole bunch of DVDs, and these were a mix of that Goodwill that I went to, and then I went out to like the boonies, because out past where there are 2 other thrift stores we go to, there is another Goodwill that we don't go to very frequently because it's very out of the way. If you aren't leaving from those other 2 stores, if you aren't going there, it's not worth going because it'd be like almost an hour away. But it's worth going if you're in the neighborhood. I was in the neighborhood, went there, found a few, and this is a mix of that and the bargain room. I mean, it's literally next to an Amish farm, and it's in a building that looks like it was some kind of like a barn or something at one point, and you have to know to go in the basement because that's where most of the stuff is. The top floor is just like a normal clothing section. You go into the basement, so it's a weird place. It's out of the way. You have to kind of know it's there. But I found Michael Keaton in Johnny Dangerously. Handful of different horror movies. Tower of Blood. The special edition of Bats. So these are worth grabbing. It's getting towards that time of the year. Hopefully, temperatures will drop under 100. This I actually remember watching this. I don't remember it being very good, but I remember on the Hallmark Channel, The Lost Empire, which is, from what I remember, is one of those, a Journey to the West retellings, but it puts the guy from Dharma and Greg as the main character. I don't remember it being very good, but that's getting a little bit harder to find, that edition. A lot of those TV movies that don't get reprinted after a while. Jackie Chan's The Shinjuku Incident, which is great because I didn't have this in my collection. It's a movie I used to own many years ago. I let a friend borrow it and never got it back, so thankfully that's back in the collection. That is for me. Davy and Goliath. I used to have to watch these horrible things as a kid, but some people like to collect from that series. Spider-Man, new animated series. I don't know what this one is, but these all do well, and it features one of the most horrible people ever, the Joyce Mayer. What the heck? I don't even know. But any of these weird kids shows from this time period, they're going to do well. Sesame Street, Elmo's Musical Adventure, and we have Sesame Street, Abby in Wonderland, and again, these were originally $2. I paid like a quarter. Kid songs, anytime I find kid songs or We Sing, any of those, doesn't matter if it's like a cassette or a VHS tape or a DVD, I will always pick those up. But we have the Kid Songs television show, A Day at the Beach, along with Let's Learn About Animals, Baby Einstein, Baby Neptune, Disney's Flight of the Navigator, really good movie, really enjoyed that. And Silver Screen Series is a 4 feature film. It's sealed, but has The Girl in Room 20, Son of Ingagi, The Girl from Chicago, and Lying Lips. Don't know any of these movies, but it is a 4-pack, 4-movie deal, and it's sealed. So that was worth grabbing. So I went to those Goodwills, and then I also went to 3 more stores. I went to the Reuse It, which is usually pretty good for books, especially kids' books, and I actually occasionally find music CDs there. When we go there, I almost always leave like 1 or 2 music CDs. Nothing really new in the CDs, and their kids' book section upstairs was weirdly empty. I mean, it was just not... Normally it's pretty good to go through, but that was it. So for 50 cents, though, I grabbed Broken Sky #1. I wish I had this like a year ago, because I think it was about a year ago, might have been longer, but somewhere around a year ago or something, we sold a lot of Broken Sky, and it was like numbers 2 to 6 or something. We didn't have #1. There we go, like a year later. Late, a little too late, but grabbed that. A sealed copy. These next 2 were 50% off because they have tags where it's like whatever color is 50% off. So these ended up being $2 a piece, which is good. The Diamond Anniversary Edition, sealed with the slipcover on Blu-ray, of White Christmas. So it has a slipcover, sealed, $2. That's really good. And also $2, I looked up some comps on eBay first before grabbing. I thought for $2 probably worth grabbing, but definitely was. We have Joan of Arcadia, the first season. So that was definitely worth grabbing. Went then on the way, not really the way home, kind of a little out of the way, but one of my favorite places to go, even though we don't tend to find a ton of stuff there, it's just a joy to go to. Lucky Dog, which is that one's like a huge warehouse, and everything's dirty, and there's just stuff everywhere, and it's a couple different buildings, kind of, stores really put together. Didn't find a whole lot there as usual, but I did find some things in the DVDs. They had a 3 for $5 on individual DVDs, so that was a good deal. So I grabbed I'm gonna have to watch this later this week with Amanda. She's been wanting to watch it. Maybe it'll be so bad it's good, but Cats, the new Cats, not neither of us have seen this, and I know that Amanda's been very curious ever since it came out to watch this insanity, but I'll have to check it out, and 40 minutes of bonus features, oh my. But yeah, I'm just hoping it's not going to be torturous to watch. That, a double feature with Nemesis and Angel Town. So 2 very cheesy looking action movies, but added that together as my 3rd one. And then a Shaw Brothers release on DVD, Black Magic. This looks cool. 70s. This is supposed to be restored and uncut for the first time. It's kind of interesting. I'm going to check this out. This is one I'm actually going to put in our watch pile and see if it's a keeper or one for the store or not. That's the other thing that's nice about doing a lot of reselling with a lot of media type stuff that we're always searching for. Occasionally run into stuff that you don't know, and we have a little watch pile normally where it's like, I'm going to check that out before I decide whether I'm selling it or not. So I might check that one out, might watch that. And then for the store, we found Deadwood, the complete first season, for about $3, I think it was. So the whole box set, everything is in there, multi-disc set. That was nice for about $3. Did that, and then on the way home, made one more stop. I made one more stop at another Goodwill. It's really, really close by, but we don't go there very often because they almost never have anything. The pattern with that one seems to be 9 times out of 10 leave empty-handed, but when you do find stuff, it's good. That's where I found both my HD DVD players one time. I found some Star Trek stuff one time, but it's like those two were separated by 20 stops there over a long period of time. Just, it's one of those places, but thankfully this was a good one. Found 2 really good box sets, one for us and one for the store. Really good. Found in good shape. Checked all the discs and everything. Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda Season 3. The older box set. It's not one that I need for my collection, so that'll be going up on the store. And then for us, I found, and it's sealed. That's like 10 times like the excitement, because I really wanted this. We have all the old Anchor Bay releases and wanted to get a set to match my Hercules of Xena, of the newer releases, and here it is, the complete series box set. So awesome. And they wanted $20 for it, which is like really high for that store. There's not a store that they never have anything in like the case or anything, just stuff out on the shelves. I don't know why it was $20, but I'm not going to argue because $20 is the price of getting 1 or 2 of these seasons, and this is the entire thing. So that was worth grabbing. The Andromeda, they only had like $5 on it, I think it was. So who knows who's doing the pricing? You never know with Goodwill. It's all over the place. But yeah, so awesome. Very, very excited. This is super cool to add to the Xena collection. Excellent. Again, yeah, just I love having this other set to go along with all the old Anchor Bay releases. And it's a slightly different design. The Hercules I like a little bit better. The Hercules is it's just a little bit smaller. It's the more like the book, you know, the leaves they fold through for all the discs, and they're kind of stacked. But these have individual for each season. Hercules got a release like this as well, I think, with the individual seasons like that, the newer ones. But I like that other set better for that because it's smaller for Hercules. But this is really, really cool. So Xena, very, very excited to grab that. One of my favorite shows. Love it. Anyway, very, very busy day. I just got home, grabbed a really quick lunch, and hopped on here. And time to organize all this stuff, get things listed, and probably watch Cats sometime the next couple of days, and maybe some Shaw Brothers to cleanse my palate. I don't know. Maybe it will be great. It could be so insane that it's like The Room or something, where it's terrible, but it's really good. And who knows? We might end up keeping it. Who knows? I'm hoping. I'm being positive. That would be a good experience. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you around next time.